day 4 following this epic journey where a solar electric boat with no other power is going to be breaking through the 200 nautical miles, really to crush any range anxiety. Elvene and their crew are, looks like you're back at the same cabin. What happened, guys?
We are back at the same cabin. We ran out of imagination here, so we yesterday we did a loop in the local lake here, and then we came back to the same cabin as they have a really nice sauna here, so we thought it was worth it.
You know, that's one thing I like about boating is you should never stick to a schedule because you just have to go where your heart leads you and sometimes where the adventure goes. And I'm sure you've had people on board, they say, I have to be back by 3 o'clock. Say, no, it could be today, it could be tomorrow.
Yeah,
Got to take your
exactly.
time.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
one of the things that I noticed completely different today, what happened to this? You spiked at 7 knots. Did you get a big wave behind you or what happened?
No, we were following some good currents for a while, so just thought we would pick up the speed a little bit there for a while, but it's nothing too. Uh, yeah, it's nothing too fast. We were just for a little while we were driving a bit faster, like in the 5, 6, 7 knots range, and then
Yeah.
dropped back to the 4 knots that we're doing, or 3.5, 4 knots, what
So
we're doing right now.
7 knots, sounds like it sounds so slow to people who are going 30 and 40
Yeah.
knots, but when you're going 3.5 knots, 7 knots, that's twice your speed. It must have just blown your hat off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we will see when we have 200 miles on the meter. Let's see if we take it up into a plane for a little bit just to
Okay,
show that it's still possible.
so you can go downhill. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Um, some of the questions that have been coming through from our viewers, and also intriguing myself, was one of your images showed up yesterday. I think it was on your own social page, where
Mhm.
you had the amber right up on the beach, and
Absolutely.
a lot of boaters get a little bit nervous about that. Having boats on rocks, or even worse, you get your intake for your outboard all covered with sand, and you got problems. Tell us a little bit about what it's like docking and anchoring
Mhm.
and even beaching your boat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a very shallow draft hull, and we also have like a little keel on it to protect the boat when you're beaching it or going in really shallow waters. And I mean, of course, we have outboards that you can trim up, and there's no coolant circulating in the outboards. They have passive cooling just from the water, so there's no problem just driving it up to a beach. And as you can see, they're very shallow draft. It's about 20 centimeters when you have the motors trimmed up. In the bow, you only need around 5 centimeters.
Hmm.
So you can actually drive it all the way up to the beach and
Yeah.
just
And
just
do
leave it
your
there.
do the motors retract at all, like for cleaning? Like, say you want to get some barnacles or you fouled the prop, can they actually be pulled up in any way or not?
Oh yeah, the motors have trim and tilt, so you can tilt them up so they're lifted up out of the water.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. And things like docking as well. Like I know some of the electric boats out there, they've got self docking and all kinds of fancy
Mhm.
things. What about the Amber? What kind of things do you have to assist in docking?
A good captain.
I love it.
No, we're following our philosophy of keeping things very simple, robust, reliable. So we don't have any like technology helping you dock the boat. On this one, we have twin outboards, which of course helps, as you
Yeah.
can get the boat to spin around its own axis. But we don't even have bow thrusters. We don't have any software helping us. But we're very happy to train our customers and operators to use the boat because it's a very easy boat to drive. But
Yeah.
maybe
I
you have
have
some
I have
comments on that, Justin.
I mirror your comments. Yeah, I mean it's a very simple boat. It's very easy to drive, and like I said, with when you have two outboards, it's just significantly more maneuverable. Uh,
yeah.
yeah, it's just very simple, very easy, lightweight boat.
Yeah.
It's easy to kind of move around when you're at the dock, and um, yeah, so it's
And
Very.
anchoring, I haven't seen the boat at anchor yet, but you do carry an anchor and you use that at all in the waters that you've been at?
We absolutely carry an anchor, yes, but we haven't had to use it on this trip. We've been quite lucky
Yeah,
with the places we have visited, so we haven't had to use the anchor yet.
yeah. Well, I'm going to let uh, your co-captain there just relax for because I got a really tough question for him later on. I'm going to make him nervous. Let's go on to. So you talked about the boat draft, which is good. What is that in feet and inches? You mentioned
I
metric.
have no idea. No, no. The draft is with the motors tilted up, it's just below 1 feet, and with
Okay.
the motors down, it's about 2 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that probably helped you miss some of those rocks you talked about the other day.
Oh yes, oh yes,
And like any other boat, there's nothing magical in the hull in terms of it cleaning and bottom paint. That's still normal boat care. You need to make sure if you're
absolutely.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And
That's the same as any other boat. Just need
yeah,
to make sure it stays clean. Take well
yeah.
care of it.
So I'm a skeptical diesel boat owner. So
Mhm.
we talked about this yesterday, but I have to ask you again. So what about engine care and maintenance? Surely you have to do something.
Well, I mean, what we have done so far, just to check we don't have any weeds in the propeller,
Yeah.
and make sure that the prop is actually turning when you turn on the motor, and that's pretty much it. These motors we have on this boat, I mean, they're fantastic in their simplicity, as they're like a pod drive, but in an outboard shape. So you just have the motor below the water, and the prop is attached to the motor shaft with a magnetic clutch.
Okay.
So it's an extremely simple design and very reliable. So there's really nothing you need to do.
Nice. Nice. Do you have to carry zincs? Do you have anything metal below the waterline?
Absolutely, we have sinks on the outboards, so
Yeah.
to avoid corrosion or any galvanic currents there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we're going to move a little bit to life aboard. Yesterday, we talked about whether or not you guys are getting antsy being in a 21, 22-foot boat, but had good answers there. But what about some of the comforts? I looked on your product page. You do have some accessories and amenities that you offer. What is your current boat outfitted with, and what are some of the other amenities and options that you can put on board for comfort?
Yeah, well, the boat we're using right now is really stripped down. It doesn't really have any extras. So I mean, we're carrying a cooler box, like a jet cooker, and bottles of water. That's really what we're using on this trip. But you are able to get the boat equipped with a chemical head, like a porta potty. We have space for that in the cuddy. You can also get a freshwater shower on it to rinse off after you've been out swimming, and you can have like electric stove, an induction stove,
Hmm.
if you need that as well. So we do offer like some amenities and some comfort on the boat.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
right now with Justin, we don't have that.
He likes roughing it. So before we get to Justin's question, one more. What is your estimation on when you're going to break through this 20? I mean, are you guys going to go for 5 knots again tomorrow and then come back and do a sauna? Or are we actually going to go and do something and break through that 200 nautical miles?
No, no. Today, as you see, we're sitting outside the cabin. We'll have a morning sauna after this call, and then we're heading out, and then we're driving until we have 200 miles plus on the meter.
Fantastic.
So finish time, late afternoon, evening, we will hit that. We're actually planning to go and have a look at an old wooden boatyard. So depending
Okay.
on when they are available, it might change our time of reaching 200 miles. But
Okay.
this evening we will reach it.
Fantastic. Well, again, I couldn't find anything. I went through all of the private liquor stores here and the public ones, the government ones. There's nothing except for I think there's some vodka. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That'll be if you're going to be after that's going to be like my morning. I don't think I can have vodka with my cereal. I,
Oh yes, you can. Just vodka with your cereal, and then into the sauna, and then you're
okay.
good.
So, okay, over to Justin. I got a surprise question for him. So, Justin, you've sailed all over the world, and you make your home base in North America, as I do. And getting your boating certification and licensing, you have to learn the rules of the road. And I know from some of my European friends, German friends, some of those aids to navigation are different. So, have you seen anything in the waters that you've been at that have surprised you that's a little bit different than what you're used to?
Yeah, that's a great question. In North America, basically, when you come into a channel, come out from sea, you have red markers and green markers that indicate the channel, and you need to take those in certain sides of your boat when you navigate. In Europe, it's really not that complicated. It's reversed. So uh, the red's on your right coming in Europe, it's the green on your right coming in, and usually when you see two markers, it's the best thing is just to go between them. But one interesting thing that I've never seen anywhere else here in Finland in the archipelago is they have a color coded marker system that designates north, south, east, west. Um, and so I guess everyone just sort of has a sense of what direction they're in. And you might see one of those, and it's blue and white striped, and that will tell you whether you should take it on the east side of your boat or the west side. So that's been really interesting, and I haven't even really tried to commit that to memory. Emil's been doing almost all the driving because he knows the system. He's been, he's grown up here driving through it, and all it takes is getting it wrong, and you're on top of a rock. So
Yeah, yeah. It's no
no,
time to
but
be a hero.
exactly, it's very very interesting, very cool to see.
Yeah,
Good system.
yeah. So you're not going to bring any of those habits back to North America. You're going to unlearn those and make sure you're safe over here.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, if you ever see two markers, go in the middle, go between.
Yeah, yeah.
The safe bet.
Well, listen, guys, I don't want to keep you from finishing up and getting to your sauna and then getting on that boat. And I wish you all the best. And I hope there's a special moment as you as you cross that. I imagine this line in the water. I don't know why this kind of line with like a Finnish flag or something. So hopefully that's just in my mind. But wish you all the best. And I do appreciate that you're taking this time every day. I know you've got lots of other things to do. Even though I know you're relaxing, you're talking about all kinds of things, solving the world's problems, international relations, and everything. But I do appreciate, and the community does too. We have been following your cruise, and it takes us to parts of the world that most of us don't see. And then
Mm.
to be able to have two very qualified people on board in different capacities representing is just been it's been awesome to be part of. I feel without the sauna, I feel like I'm almost there.
Well, thank you, Bruno. Thank you, and it's been a pleasure having you follow us. And we'll let you know when we're reaching our 200 miles. So let's see if you're awake or not. But we'll
Oh,
let you
well,
know.
okay. And we'll line up if that's, I don't know what you're going to be at this time tomorrow morning, but if it is still possible to just do one wrap up, and there'll probably be a few other questions that come across the wires here, and just maybe some of your thoughts as you go across this threshold, to hit a target that you've been aiming for. And even
Yeah,
as you said yesterday, you did all the calculations, even when you were a young engineer, and this was a part of your dream to create a boat that has this kind of a range without using any fossil fuels. So
exactly.
it's quite an accomplishment, and we just want to be and share that joy with you tomorrow.
Fantastic.
All right. Well, listen, guys, thanks again. Thanks, Justin. Thanks for allowing me to spring that question on you. You always answer so eloquently.
Thanks,
And
Bruno.
we'll talk to you guys tomorrow, and happy sailing and be safe.
Thank you so much, Bruno. Thank you.
All right.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.